Today, I'm going to show you the easiest, laziest chicken pot pie you'll ever make. This is going to be good. So here's what I'm working with. I have 1 can of jumbo biscuits. These are flaky biscuits, 8 in a can. I have a 10 to 12 ounce bag of mixed vegetables. Here I have a 22 ounce can of cream of chicken. I'm going to be adding some milk, and I have a rotisserie chicken. This is where the lazy, quick, and easy comes in. Let's put it together. So first, you'll want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Put the light on here, and don't forget to remove your pans from the oven. Let's do that. By the way, this video was requested by my younger cousin who moved away from home and wants to make something quick and easy in his apartment. I have my husband on the rotisserie chicken here, and now I'm just going to start opening and prepping everything to just put it together in one pan. By the way, cousin, you don't even have to cook this on the stove. It's kind of like just dump it into a baking dish and bake. It's really easy. Okay, so I'm going in with my 22 ounce can of cream of chicken going in. I also want to mention, for those of you at home that want to season and add spices or seasonings, please, by all means, do that. I just wanted to show the bare minimum, bare effort recipe for chicken pot pie. Fall is here. Of course, it's not super cold here in Texas, but it's got me dreaming of, fall vibes and baking. Okay, so at this point, you'll want to fill your can with milk. I only had a little bit of half and half. I'm going to mix this up, and the rest, I'm just going to add water. But ultimately, whole milk works. Fill the can, dump it in the pan, and then you'll want to just combine and mix everything until it's creamy and smooth. So while I'm mixing this, I wanted to mention I also have a homemade from scratch version of my chicken pot pie or chicken and biscuits. I will link that in this video or in the description below. It's so good if you want to put in the effort and time. Okay, so once this is combined and creamy, you'll want to start adding your chicken. So the rotisserie chicken, I like to chop it into morsels. You can definitely shred it. It really is up to you. I just like to have chunks of chicken throughout this chicken pot pie, so I'm gonna chop it. So while I'm chopping this, I'd like to mention this recipe, you can pretty much find this recipe like on the Campbell's Soup website. This is pretty much the go-to recipe that you see people make all the time when they want a quick and easy chicken pot pie. Okay, so now I'm ready to start adding and dumping all of the ingredients together. I'm starting with the chicken. And I also want to mention, it does help if your mixed vegetables are sort of thawed. They can be kind of cold, but if they're completely frozen, that is going to change the cook time, and you might end up with raw biscuit dough. So it does help to thaw them a bit. So I'm going to give this a really good mix. And like I said, for my people that like to be really creative or have seasonings and spices, because I can assure you, my cousin just moved into his apartment. He probably only has salt and pepper. So that's what I'm going to add. I'm just going to add some pepper, a tiny pinch of salt. The Campbell's Soup is really salty. The small amount of salt that I'm going to add is just for those frozen veggies. So I'm just going to give it a pinch there, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon, give it a mix, and that is it. That is the simplest, no effort method I use. Okay, so everything is combined, creamy, mixed well. So now it's time to top it with your flaky biscuits. Okay, so the trick here is you have 8 jumbo biscuits, and I'm going to carefully open this. I really hate this part. So I'm going to take each biscuit and divide it into 2. And the flaky biscuits are the biscuits that kind of separate a lot easier because they're kind of in layers as opposed to just the regular fluffy biscuits. So I'm going to put per row 2 biscuits that I've separated in half. So it's basically 4 on each row. This is what it looks like close up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 biscuits per row that are split in half. Okay, my oven's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going in for like 35 to 40 minutes or until the dough is cooked. In the meantime, I'm just going to clean up my mess. Clean as you go, cousin. That really helps, especially in a small space. I have a pretty big kitchen, but if you're working with the tiny one, you got to clean it up. Don't wait till later. So while it's baking, I'm going to clean. Here, I'm helping my son with his piano practice. And for those of you wondering how I would actually help my son during his piano lessons or piano practice, I do read music, and sometimes he needs me to help to turn the page. And I like to dance, especially to this song. And I'm actually talking over it because I don't know if YouTube will flag this video because of this song. But for those of you that wanted to hear him play something a little bit longer, I will also show you how he's been practicing Turkish March. So enjoy. Okay, so it has been 40 minutes. This is done. And it has completely cooked through. And if you do find that once the 35 to 40 minutes are up and the dough is still sort of raw underneath, let it go for an extra 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, if you're working with completely frozen veggies, it's going to throw off the cook time and it's going to take a little bit longer to cook that dough. Okay, so at this point, you'll want to bring it out so it'll cool for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Just let it set up until you serve, and that's it. This is the easiest, no effort, laziest chicken pot pie you probably could make. Everybody knows this recipe. Everyone's probably tried it, and it's so good, and it's perfect for my beginner cooks that just want to make a homemade meal. You want to skip out on eating out and make something that'll serve at least 4 people. You might have leftovers. By the way, leftovers are great the next day with this. But check this out. 2 scoops per plate. This meal goes a long way. Definitely feeds a family of 4. Serve a side salad and you're good to go. So to my cousin, happy fall baking, happy moving into your apartment, happy trying to make this meal. I hope you find success with it because it's really easy and it's great for beginner cooks. So I'm digging in and I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it and thanks for watching.